The Midwest, home sweet home in good old Indiana. Place of small towns, cozy families gathered together, and fields of corn and rustic woods. But, like any town, there is a dark underbelly that often goes unnoted. We are part of that darkness. We lurk in the shadows to bring you the best in horror, metal, and stories of the grotesque. This is Blood in the Cornfields. All right, welcome in, cellar dwellers. As always, I am Mark.
And I'm Ivy.
And we are Blood in the Cornfields. Got a very special guest with us today. Excited about this one. Another member of the independent, kind of, we call underground film type atmosphere. We have an amazing guest. If you don't mind interviewing yourself, because I don't want to butcher it.
Introducing yourself.
Yeah, that too.
You're going to introduce by the way, just so you know.
Yeah, whatever it is. Introduce yourself, our guest, Owen.
Of course, yeah. So I'm Owen Llewelyn. I've been acting in the UK for the last 17 years in film, theatre, and recently I've just been in a film called The R.I.P Man, which is getting interest in the horror community, and it's been an exciting ride, and yeah, great to be part of the independent horror world.
Yes, which is the big reason we have you here, is to talk directly about R.I.P. Man. We both have seen it.
Yes.
And
it's an interesting ride, that's for sure. And
definitely.
It's a very unique villain that you play.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It definitely is. So yeah, we got a couple questions. We'll just kind of fire off. So I guess tell us a little bit about you, your background, where you're from, any interesting points of childhood or any personal reference stuff.
Especially because you're in the UK. Because this is Indiana, old Indiana.
We are right smack in the middle of the United States.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm based in Brighton. I was born and raised there. It's got quite a little sort of buzzing film community there as well, which is
cool.
Which is really nice to be part of. But it's also quite linked to London, which is where the main crux of the English film industry is. I lived there for a little bit too. It's I guess I got into acting when I was 12 years old, because at that age you go to high school, and they actually that's the time where they actually put drama as a separate subject. And at that point in my life, I'd never had anything in my mind of what I wanted to be. I never had any sort of like, when I grow up I'm going to do this sort of. I was never like that as a child. And I remember my drama teacher used to give me little compliments like while I was acting, doing these little improvised pieces. And when I suddenly started getting these compliments, and then at the same time I'd recently started becoming a bit of a film buff and getting really into watching lots of movies, and I suddenly got this crazy idea that like, oh, this is what I can do. I can be in the thing I love, and
that's cool.
And I've kind of just sort of like muddled my way through that. I went to college and did acting there, studied acting there, then went to drama school a little later, and just clawed my way at the industry, had little breaks, and then until this film came along, really, which has been the biggest thing I've been involved in. Awesome. It's the thing that's certainly got the most attention that I've been involved in. I've been involved in bigger things that have been, where I've been a tiny part of it, but
okay.
Good.
That's cool. So how did you audition for this role, or did the writer director seek you out, Reese?
It was Jamie Langlands, the director.
The director.
Okay.
So I met him quite a few years ago for a friend, and I did a film. He was in this film called A Prelude to a Fear, and he just I can't exactly remember, but I somehow ended up being in that film for a small role as a police officer, where he was one of the main roles, and we kind of kept in touch socially over the years after that. And we did a couple of other little acting jobs as well together, and then in the summer of 2024, I just got a Facebook message saying, would you be interested in playing the title character in this film? And then he sent me the script and went, here's the script. Are you available this day? And that was essentially it. And I just, I was, I mean, I hadn't acted for a while, but I was pretty sure I was going to, at that point, I was on a bit, after COVID, I'd almost sort of given up on acting and was focusing on another job. And but I immediately sort of read through it and was like, yes, please. And but I never thought it would get the attention it would get. I thought I was just going to be in something. Oh, I'll film this. Maybe they'll send me a copy one day. That kind of that was my attitude towards it. Like, I didn't realize it would get the attention like this, which is incredible. Like, I never thought when he sent that message that it'd be something that would actually change my life. So
like, what was your audition process like? Because again, no spoilers in this particular interview or anything like that about R.I.P. Man, but your character is mostly silent. Except for like a couple grunts,
noises, audible noises.
But like, so what was it like to audition for that? Like, what direction were you given?
So this is so sorry. I know you asked before. I skipped over. I didn't actually audition.
Okay.
Jamie,
sorry.
So Jamie apparently thought of me. He just I heard him. He didn't tell me directly, but I saw in an interview. He said he as soon as he saw the role, he just thought of me. And awesome. So I think he knew as well. I used to work in a scare maze as like a zombie.
Okay.
Yeah, where you'd be like jumping around corners, scaring tourists with chainsaws and stuff like that.
Scare actor.
Yeah, exactly. I did that for 5.5 years. So I think he probably knew I could be capable of playing a role like that from that. And so neither me or August, the actress who played Abigail in the opening scene, neither of us auditioned for those roles. We were just called up as it was like a proof of concept, the opening scene, and they actually released it as a short. Because
the first 8 minutes are the actual short, right?
Yeah. So they made that as kind of a proof of concept short that would to get the funding for the to make it into a feature. So and it worked out well.
Yeah, it did. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, and unfortunately we did skip around. Sorry about that. But, it leads into it naturally. It sounds like because you were a scare actor, it was natural for you to slip into the villain role.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've often been cast as the villain throughout my career anyway. I guess being a 6-foot bald man, often when you walk into the casting room, they'll... I often say, I think every actor likes to think they can, they can. Most actors can play almost any role if they put the work in to create that role. But especially in the film industry, you're usually going to play what people see you as. And and I guess my look fits that type. So yeah, I get the villain a lot.
Awesome.
And just so our audience knows, what in your words, what is the story of R.I.P. Man?
So the story is, it's about a serial killer on the loose in a wealthy town in south of England, where he is born with a rare dental condition called anodontia, which gives you the inability to grow teeth and actually causes a lot of pain for the person. They have a lot of sores in their mouth. It's tough for them.
Which is kind of crazy. A side note, I don't know if it's exactly that disease. I actually know somebody that has, if it's that disease, if not, it's something extremely similar.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No, I've never, that's really interesting for me because I've never, no one's ever said that to me. So that's really.
Yeah. There's a condition, and I course, just recently watched a movie, so I assume that the condition is real or whatever. If it's, but I know some movies will make up, something specific so that it fits their storyline. So I didn't research it and know if that's the name, but that describes pretty much for someone, and it was a childhood thing. So I don't know if it just affected them as in childhood or like in adulthood too. So I thought that was really interesting. I was like, I actually know somebody that has basically that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Oh, yeah. I mean, because I know it's obviously a very rare condition, so that's that's
a little side note there.
So, out of curiosity, like, do you know much about like how that story came to be, or where Jamie and Reese got that idea for the story for that particular character?
Yeah, I do. So it was Reese who wrote it. Originally, he wrote it in 2020 during lockdown, and he was watching a documentary on the condition, and I think it was that documentary which was actually what kickstarted the R.I.P. Man. I think that was the birth of it, because I think he thought it would be an interesting concept for a killer who was born with that and then obsessed over the idea of teeth throughout his life. And I mean, obviously, when explaining the story, he was he every victim, because he's out targeting a certain group of people, and every time he kills a person, he takes a single tooth and makes a collection of his own teeth out of it to have the smile he never had.
Which is so cool. That is such a fun motive for this guy. Like, and the fact he's even got a calling card.
And I like the mouthpiece too.
Yeah.
The mouthpiece I really like. And then when he takes it out, later, and try not to give too many spoilers, but the mouthpiece is cool.
There's lots of nice creepy touches. Like I really like the chattering teeth calling card.
So do I.
I think it's something that's really silly looking, but in the world of this film, it somehow becomes something that's actually quite chilling and creepy.
Right.
And which I think is really clever. Like I know that Reese originally didn't plan on them having the eyes, but then when he was shopping for them, he saw the ones with the eyes and was like, "That's even better." And
was that toy shop in the film actually where they got the teeth from? Like, because that's kind of cool. Like, that was kind of a neat little thing that was added in there.
No, it wasn't. I think that toy shop is. It's funny. I've actually, it's quite local to me, and I've actually bought stuff from there in the past. So it's quite cool. Yeah, it's this little. They call it a flea market, but it's not the type of flea markets in America. It's like, it's just a shop full of old collectibles.
So kind of like an antique store.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. That's cool. Okay.
Sweet. So, like you had mentioned, in this film, you are, what I would characterize as a lead actor, but the villain in that. Have you had other roles where you were not a villain? And if so, how does that differ from playing a villain?
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, I say I'm often typecast as a villain. Like, I do occasionally get roles which aren't. I recently did a comedy straight after R.I.P. Man called Ghoul Squad, which is coming out.
I saw that. I thought it was a comedy, but I didn't know for sure, so I didn't want to butcher it and just assume.
No, it's a mockumentary about a reporter following these really bad ghost hunters who are terrible at their job, and I play a very geeky, hopeless guy who is very obsessed with his equipment, but manages to make a idiot of himself on almost every time the camera's on him, pretty much. So it's really fun, and it's got some crossover from R.I.P. Man. Jamie Langland's the director.
Oh, cool!
He plays.
Cool. I like it when that happens.
Yeah, he plays a villain in. He plays the antagonist in Ghoul Squad, and also nice. Jasmine Keane, who plays. Who we were talking about earlier. She
Clarissa
plays.
Right?
Was her name Clarissa?
I think it
the
was.
birthday girl.
Yeah.
Clarissa, yeah, she plays Clarissa in R.I.P. Man, and
cool.
she plays like this character that my character dates for a little bit, but she's actually like she's a horrendous person in it, and she just bullies my character. So it's a complete role reversal in that one.
That's funny. Nice. That's cool. So walk us through a little bit of the process of making R.I.P. Man. How long did it take you guys to film it? And what is it like filming in the UK? Assuming that you've done other projects outside of the UK.
I actually haven't. I've
okay.
filmed outside of the UK, so I don't have that comparison. R.I.P. Man was actually quite a long shoot. It was done in lots of bits. Like the opening scene we shot in August of 2024.
Oh wow!
And then the next time I was doing a scene was December of 24. And then I think I did one short scene in January, and then the next scene was in March. So,
wow,
that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I think because it's obviously low budget, but one thing that Jamie is great at is location scouting. I mean, he's great at, but like, that's something he's exceptional at is finding really good locations, and I think he'll. Because of the low budget, he'll wait until there's a nice spot where he can get that location for either free or a low amount of money.
Nice.
And it has to be like that certain date. So we often at the Reddit, like, I'm pretty sure that's how he operates in the, you have, everything relies on everyone being free on that location, that day where he can get the location for a good
right. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the locations a little bit, because there's some awesome ones in there.
I like the concrete location.
That's the one I love, where it's like kind of like a maze, or look, I don't know what it is, but like I just kept thinking to myself, like, oh man, if you could clean this up, not even clean it up, but like this would make a great rave space. Where that one kid gets killed.
Yeah, the one with the I know what you mean.
Where it had like almost like kind of steps, kind of, but like massive steps, kind of. Yeah.
So it's like, it's actually a wine cellar underneath a hotel. It's
really?
Like the oldest hotel in Brighton, and it's amazing. It's huge and vast in there, and a really good filming location, I think.
Nice.
And it looks really creepy, especially the way it was lit. And it's amazing. It's something that, like, before then, because I live in the town, like, I'd passed it multiple times in my life, that hotel, like hundreds of times, and I had no idea anything like that existed underneath it, and I don't think many people do. It's that's an incredible location.
Yeah, that's beautiful in there. And the other location that I really liked was the kind of abandoned looking church. Yeah, where the one other girl gets offed.
That's my favorite. The tower.
Beautiful.
That is a place called Racked and Ruin. It's on the outskirts of a city called Chichester, and it's amazing. That was my favorite scene in the film. I just think the shots and the lighting and the way everything's filmed is just really well put together there, and it looks amazing as well. When on the set, when they originally put the lights, because I don't think you really see it in the film, but like when they put all the lights inside this tower, and you'd be standing outside looking at it all lit up with the filming lights. It just looks amazing, and the lights all shining through the windows. It was an incredible sight, and
that's cool. And like so I could go on about locations, because I think locations are so important. Like if you can find the right place, it really makes sense.
Especially in an independent film where you have to be resourceful. A lot of times that resourcefulness turns to an authenticness to it, because it's like not propped, it's not a set, it is actually what it is. And I found that like a lot of independent films that do like good scouting, like you were saying Jamie does, really add some authenticity to the film.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah, like the cemetery scene. Because again, I'm a funeral director, so I'm like, okay, what did you guys do to get inside a mausoleum, or is that two separate locations? Like outside, oh, there's the mausoleum, but the actual mausoleum on the inside, it's like a completely different set or something else.
No, you got that right. It's a
okay.
So the outside, I wasn't actually on that location for the outside of it. Obviously, my character appears in the inside of it, which was actually a fishing museum that was in the seafront that had an upstairs area.
Oh, that's
it's
good.
Really well masked.
Yep.
It had this bare upstairs area, which I think they sometimes use as a theatre space, but it's got this creepy look to it again, which where they filmed the final scene, and the same location they used for where they had the Iron Maiden as well. And,
nice.
That's cool.
That is cool.
So earlier you had mentioned that Jamie, the director, is really good at scouting out like different locations and stuff. And that's kind of a setup for my next question, because I know with independent films, a lot of the cast has to wear different hats and perform different tasks and be like / makeup or / costume design or something like that. Had you experienced that? And if so, what kind of hats did you also put on other than just being the villain in the movie?
I didn't actually have any other hats in this film. Other
Lucky
people
one.
did. I most of the time when I wasn't being filmed, the makeup artist Lizzie was usually repairing my costume, because of all the spikes would often fall off during.
Those spikes on the boots are a nice touch.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it kind of had like a little like punk rock vibe to it.
Yeah, I mean, those boots are great, but they're also they would suffer during almost every take. So it would often be just like Lizzie would be like, "Okay, how many fell off?" Like,
yeah.
So I was lucky in that. Obviously, Jamie, the director, had quite a significant role in it. Reese has a cameo. Reese and Craig, who are like the producers, have policemen in the office.
I was going to say they're policemen.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're both in. But there's a scene in the office where there's a bunch of policemen, and it's actually it's Reese, Craig, who's a producer as well, and Jay, who's a producer. They're all they're all sat at the desk, so it's kind of like a little behind the scenes cameos there. And I mean, the only time one of the other actors put a different hat. Charlotte, who plays my mother in it.
Oh yes.
There was a scene where Lizzie the makeup Lizzie the makeup artist couldn't make it, and she did my makeup
filled
for
in
that scene.
Oh, that's cool.
She doubled up as a makeup artist for that.
I did not notice any inconsistencies, so she's good.
That was good.
Job, yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So this is a kind of off topic, but it kind of goes back to like the locations. Okay, tell me, are these characters that are, obviously younger people, are they supposed to be in college or high school? Or like preparatory school? Okay, college.
Yeah, I was going to say, 21.
Okay, because it was her 21st birthday. However, they just look so much younger, and the way that like the college is set up looks more, and they have lockers, so it looks more like a high school to us.
Okay, I gotcha.
Like in the United States. So I was like, what's going on? Why do they got lockers if they're like in college? So no worries. I was just curious.
No, that's a very good point. Colleges do, over here they do have lockers.
Do they? Okay,
that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah,
I remember my one having it.
I was going to say not over in the U.S. that I remember, and I've been on quite a few college campuses.
Yeah, U.S. basically they're like, you only get a locker if you're in sports. That's it.
Pretty much, yeah. Because most of it's either on campus housing or off campus, and then you take your books,
your book bag with you,
strap it on. To that class. So that's it. That's fascinating.
Yeah, that's kind of nice that you guys have lockers.
It makes sense. Makes sense.
It's interesting you say that though, because the original script that Rhys wrote, because when he wrote it in lockdown, he obviously didn't know he was going to be working with Jamie at that point, and doing it over here. He actually wrote it and set it in Idaho, and he was hoping. I think he was originally planning to take it to Hollywood. R.I.P. man.
Yeah,
and obviously a lot changed with the scripts because. Well, it got cut down, but also changed to fit into the UK. But the interesting thing is, when you said that, they were high school students in the original script, and it was changed when Jamie made his adaptations.
Okay, because cool. I just kept that was one of my biggest questions during the movie is just how old these kids were, but then it went to the birthday scene, said 21st birthday for Clarissa. I'm like, okay, so they're 21. So then I was asking my husband, I'm like, babe, because he's been to Europe a couple times. I'm like, what is the drinking age in the UK?
I mean, it is 18.
Okay.
It's younger. Yeah.
These kids are because initially I first thought they were in high school. I'm like, they are so well behaved. They're so different in the UK. They're better people than the US, which is so true now. But it's
100% true.
It's wow, these well behaved 18-year-olds having this really adult conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're young adults, and I guess they're 2021. The characters would be.
Yeah.
It is actually, the characters' ages. I can't remember actually what was said on the phones, but it does. If you look at, you'll know exactly the characters' ages.
Because every time it shows the beginning and end of when they're born and when they die.
Mm.
Yeah, so even though I can't tell you off the top of my head, it's right there in the film. So
that is so cool. Okay, neat.
Gotcha. What can you tell us about R.I.P. Man 2? And
we know you're working
your
on
involvement, your not involvement, without giving too much away. That's why I'm being vague. So if anyone makes a mistake, sorry, Owen, it's you.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what's on. Well, what I'll tell you is what's on the IMDb page, because that's obviously given out there. So there's a new serial killer on the loose who this guy is a friend of Alden Pick while he was in the institution, and this guy cut off his own tongue and has an obsession with tongues, and he is loose in the town taking people's tongues.
I love it.
And
I love it.
We could do a beaded necklace, to vary tooth, tongue.
Yeah.
Get like a chop top necklace going on
awesome.
Instead of ears. Yeah.
So Alden Pick is he survives. He's in jail, and Detective Mullen from the original film is going to be trying to solve this next case while interrogating Alden Pick, who doesn't speak, in jail.
That's going to be interesting.
And who knows how long Alden's going to be in there. I don't even know. I honestly actually don't know myself yet. So I haven't seen the whole script. I've been sent a few pages because I'm going to be starting filming next week. But it's awesome. All quite a mystery to a lot of the cast at the moment. So we're all waiting and seeing. It's only in Jamie and Rhys's. It's confidential to them, I think, at the moment. So
makes sense.
Yeah, that's cool. So before we get in towards the last few questions, you mentioned that it's been screened at a couple of festivals recently. Has it won any awards so far?
Yeah. So
nice.
I actually got to win. I won an award for best villain and for best actor.
That's cool.
At 2 different festivals, which
awesome.
is
Congratulations!
Amazing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. I mean, that's the first awards I've ever won for acting. So again, amazing.
That's cool. That's really
that's
cool.
a big accomplishment.
Amazing to do for myself, especially when playing a character that you don't speak, because obviously actors pride their work by how they talk. You know, as an actor, you pride your delivery of lines, and to win an award for best actor without saying a word
that's good.
Unreal to me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a testament to your acting ability for sure.
Thank you. And August, when it was sent out as a short, August Porter, who plays Abigail, won a Best Actress award too.
Nice.
So, yeah, it's hopefully there's more to come. Hopefully, it might have won others. I don't know. I know Jamie's been sending it to a lot of screenings. Sometimes when you look at a page and you just suddenly realise something you're in has got loads of nominations and don't realise.
Yeah. One thing I enjoy about interviewing and getting to know like kind of the independent film community is one of my favorite things is that a lot of times, in my opinion, just only my opinion, I don't see this as much in like big budget film. But what I'm kind of getting at is I love to watch the progression in film, you know, because we've had guests on that have done maybe, you know, like 20 different movies. And when you really see movie 1 to like 5 to 10, like you see the progression. So I know that's one thing I'm excited to see with how 1 and 2 goes, especially with like seeing if there's things that maybe he, you know, wanted to do differently, or if there's improvements that they wanted to do upon. I really like the independent film community because you can see like definite changes in certain movies and see different direction stuff. So I'm personally excited to kind of see the second one to see like, you know, what all he's doing. And I've seen some of kind of like the camera angles he likes and the lighting, and is that going to change? How are the sets going to be? How's the makeup? I like kind of analyzing that stuff. So I'm excited for that.
Oh no, I mean, me too. And I was talking to Jamie last night and he's very adamant to make this one better in every way he can make it. He says that like, he's going to up everything, and he says like the tension's going to be higher than ever in this film.
Sweet.
So.
That's so cool. That's going to be so exciting to see.
Yeah. And that's what's cool because you know, like I've come from a music background, and I know there's songs I've written, and I'm like, let's not play that one, or I'll rob pieces from it and add it to something else. And there's definitely things that I've written that I'm proud of, and there's definitely things I have not. But like to be able to put your artwork out there for everyone and yourself to also see, because you know, like with acting and music, it's like holding a mirror up to yourself, especially with acting, because you're seeing everything. And so it's really cool to do that as a tool for growth, and then kind of take the notes and do that even further. I know even in podcasting, I've had to do that, is look at myself in the mirror and be like, hey, you know, you're doing this wrong. You're saying this or whatever. But it's really cool that, you know, you have those mediums out there that you could focus on and then improve and change and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, it's very true. And I never thought of it in that frame of words, that you're looking at yourself in the mirror. I'd say one difference with acting to music is when with acting, like often you can, you know, you'll play your role, like in film, you'll play your role, and then you'll go home and you know you've done that film, and you don't actually see what you don't actually see your performance for like 6 months to a year sometimes.
That's true.
And never thought of it that
and like
way.
Sometimes you can, I find sometimes as well, when I look back at something I did, I'll be a little bit, the first time I watch it, I might be a little bit like, I'm not sure about that. And then I watch it again. And then after usually the second watch and the third watch of it, I'll suddenly sort of like warm to what I did and start looking at the positives rather than trying to highlight every negative I can spot. And it's funny how the brain switches as I get more used to watching myself.
And it takes some even to your voice, even to hear your own voice in that context takes a bit of okay, I got to get used to this, you know.
Yeah, no one sounds like what they think they do until they play it back.
Right. So do you have any future projects besides R.I.P. Man 2 that's going to be coming out here pretty soon?
Only Ghoul Squad, which I mentioned recently, that should it's had its festival releases, but
Nice.
I've been asking a director recently, when is that going to be actually available to the public, which he thinks very soon, because yeah, it would be nice for it to be out there. Yeah, apart from that, it's just R.I.P. Man 2 for me at the moment. I'm starting to film that next week, so I'm going to be busy.
Nice.
Good.
That's going to be cool.
Yeah, and with that R.I.P. Man 2, is that a plan for you? Is to keep the acting going and seek out more stuff and do more projects? Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Oh, absolutely. I'm hoping to. I'll say my career has got more attention than it ever has at the moment. So I want to try and get this ball rolling, and hopefully other roles will come my way.
Nice.
Yeah, it's something to. It's a goal for this year is to get myself out there, I guess.
That's good. And even if you form those bonds, and I know that you come in contact with certain people and they may spin off and they may circle back and be like, hey, I've got a role for you. Whether it's someone that was, a writer that you knew or someone that helped out during a process. A lot of times, you can get things that come kind of spin off like that from certain projects that you have done too. So there's always that.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just like R.I.P. Man for me, like it just came from knowing someone. And yeah, which is incredible.
It's always good because it's who you know. We've learned that definitely too.
Oh, definitely.
It's who you know and who can kind of present opportunities and put your brains together and create something that's hopefully better than everyone individually. So
yeah, and it's really cool that Jamie had you in mind. And Brees as well when they were creating your role, because sometimes as a writer I write scripts from time to time, but I usually try to imagine who I want that I know that would be perfect for this, and I'll just write the whole thing around them.
Yeah, I mean, I asked Jamie quite recently, did you have anyone else in mind if I couldn't do it? And he said no. I was the only person he thought of as a possibility.
That's so cool.
Which is lovely to hear.
Yeah. That's so flattering. That's cool. Mm-hmm. So is there any, has there been any talks of R.I.P. Man coming out on physical media at all?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's still, I've been told there is, and I'm pretty sure that's still going to happen.
Okay.
I think it's actually only going to get officially released in the United States on Blu-ray and DVD, and then they're going to make a special edition that I think you can order from the UK. Hopefully,
that's cool. Nice.
I can't wait for that. I'm a big physical media person, which I think I can see you guys are too.
Yeah, we definitely are.
Yeah, we both are. I mean, we're both collectors. Mm-hmm. I run the gamut. I am getting into doing vending at conventions and stuff this year. So I'm actually becoming a vendor for the first time, selling product and stuff like that. So yes, I have accumulated a mass amounts of memorabilia type items. So I'm gonna try and sell it and see how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
No, absolutely. I'm sure it'll work out too, because those people people love physical media. The more geekier side of us do, at least.
Right.
Well, the horror community is to me the best media to keep. I won't say media. The best genre to keep media going is the horror community in my mind, because a lot of us are geeky, a lot of us are collectors, and we want to attain it, and we understand just the coolness of having, that VHS when you were a kid, that was the book that hooked you, or not the book, but the cover slip that hooked you. And you're just and then you have it now. I know for me, I nerd out to my shit all the time. Yep. I just was doing it this afternoon before I came over here. So it's physical media and the horror community are absolutely hand in hand, in my opinion.
And the idea of R.I.P. Man coming out on physical media, I just think is that really excites me. Like to see that poster on DVD. I mean, I love the idea of it being in one of those big box VHSs as well. Like I know that's probably not going to happen, but I just think that poster, I just think would look. It's just got 80s VHS all over it. And, it would look so good in those boxes.
Never say never, because there's some people out there that do special edition VHS tapes.
Yep.
You know,
custom stuff.
Custom made stuff. And who did the poster work, by the way? Do you know?
Yes, it was I know his name's Adam. I just wanted to say I can't remember his second name. Adam. I'm sorry.
I knew that
I
was
wanted to give him a.
Yeah, it was out of the blue too. So in your defense,
but he did an excellent job, and it's I love that poster. As soon as I saw it, I was like, I never expected it. I don't know. I don't know what my expectations were, but I wasn't expecting something that looked.
Yeah.
Don't
feel bad. The only people's last names I remember are in my family. Everyone else's last names I have no clue. That's it. No clue.
No, I apologize. But
okay.
he's great. If you look at, I'm sure on IMDb it credits him, and so please check out his work. And if you're looking for a poster to be made, I'm sure he'd do an excellent job. If anyone else,
and the likeness to you is really good. Really, it's really good.
Yeah, it's
perfect.
Yeah,
did you have to model for it?
I don't know. So we did do like a photo shoot where I just did lots of different poses in front of a white screen. I'm not sure if any of those poses were, if that was taken from that shoot or not. I can't say. But
that's all right. It's just because it's like it just makes me wonder, like, oh, did they have you make a snarling face? Because it looks perfect.
Yeah.
I mean, I say we did like a sort of half-hour photo shoot where I did loads of different poses in costume and makeup, and so it was probably from that. And I probably was asked to do a snarling face.
Sweet. Awesome.
Love it.
Well, we have one more question for you. And again, we appreciate your time spending with us and stuff like that. Before I kind of ask our last question, do you have any, I know that you're working on R.I.P. Man too, but do you have any social medias you want? Do you have a merch site? Do you want to plug anything? Now would be the great time for that. So the floor is yours.
I mean, you can follow me on Instagram, Owen Llewelyn. I'm also on X, but I don't use it that much anymore. But
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm Owen _Llewelyn on that. The only thing I'd like to plug is I believe in about a week's time there's going to be another this Kickstarter campaign for R.I.P. Man 2 where they're going to be it's going to be a perk based one, I think, where they're going to be selling, because in the original they offered a few voiceover roles and stuff where people could be on the phone, and also missing persons pictures and things like that. So cool. I think they're going to be offering that out, so please keep an eye out for that.
I'm abductable.
Yeah, you could do it.
And there's also things like the R.I.P. I think they last time they did the R.I.P. Man's dagger and the chattering teeth toys and things like that, and some fun stuff. So it's worth checking out.
That's cool.
Sweet.
We'll have
that's
to.
Cool. So we ask every guest the same question at the end, and that is, what is your favorite horror movie and why?
My favorite horror movie is The Thing, John Carpenter's one.
Okay.
Yeah, nice.
That's good.
I think it's incredible. I think I just find it so interesting. I think I can watch it anytime and find new, maybe not new things, but new theories. I always like wondering what's happening off screen when stuff is happening. I'm always thinking because I love the fact that when I look at forums and stuff or Reddit, people always debate over who got turned into the thing first, who was the thing at what point, what happened to certain characters, and I just, yeah, I could watch that film endlessly, and I love the 2011 one too, and I'd welcome another one.
Yeah, I like in the original, and I forget what ethnicity he is or what language he speaks, but the guy in the beginning, when he basically in his language tells him about the dog.
Yeah, Norwegian.
He's
Norwegian. Okay, I couldn't remember what it was, but yeah, he basically gives the movie away if you speak his language.
Yeah. I didn't know that actually. Yeah, because it's not subtitled, is it? Obviously.
No,
So,
no,
yeah,
that part is not. No.
That's incredible. Again, always finding new things out about this film.
Yeah, because he says something like to the effect of, "That's not a dog. Like, you need to get away from that. It's something else," or something to that. It's been a while since I did a deep dive into it, but yeah, he says something to that effect, warning them about that. That's not a dog.
Yeah.
Because I love the fact that even though when I watched the 2011 one, I didn't know it was. I mean, I knew it was a prequel, but that character's in it, and they're like, "Oh, he doesn't speak. He's the only one who doesn't speak any English." And I never pieced it together that he was the one that was going to be the guy at the start of the '82 film until almost the very end, and I was like, "Oh, wait, yeah,
it's the same guy."
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. Sweet. That's a good choice. We haven't had that one.
No.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, no. I don't think so, actually.
I thought it was quite a common favorite for people.
Oh, we had one other person. No, I guess that is the first.
No, because I know stupid facts about stupid things, and that's one. And I would have said that had I known someone else would have said that was their favorite movie. I know I would have, because that's something I always found so fascinating about that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never knew. Even though I've seen that film probably about 20 times, I never knew. I never thought about what he was saying.
Yeah. Well, once we're done, go back and look at it, because if I memory serves, he says something about like, get away from that dog. It's not a dog. Yeah. It's like something else or something, or like an alien. I don't know what he says, but yeah, he gives a warning to the people like, get away from that dog. It's not actually a dog.
Well, no, I'll have to go. It's been it's been a couple of years since I've watched it, even though I've watched it lots of times. Yeah, so
just gives you a new reason to watch it.
Time to go back. Yeah.
Absolutely. Sweet. Awesome. Well, Owen, we want to thank you for taking time, out of your day to, visit with us. And we had a great time kind of getting to know you and getting to know R.I.P. man in this whole journey. And I'm excited to see that it's continuing on, that there's going to be more to this journey. So we'll circle back and watch number 2, and hopefully we can have you on for that one as well.
Yeah,
absolutely. It'd be a pleasure. No, thank you. Thank you for having me on.
Awesome. Sweet. All right. Well, with that being said, look out for each other, and good night, cellar dwellers. Bye-bye.